life got a little sketchy for the guy that told Mahomes to break a leg before that game Saturday. Also, the Eagles' O-line bullied the Giants' front four and led the not-so-hurt Hurts to the promised land over and over again. Snoe Burrrrr-ow showed up, and he snorted the competition with a few bills, if you know what I'm saying. And the Cowgirls, well, they cowgirled. And the 49ers hit gold as they move on to the next round. It was truly a crazy divisional round. And me, Riley Puddin Peters, and my partner in crime, Dr. Preston Rowe, we are here to bring the trash talk tailgate right into your ear. This is a divisional round recap, and I hope you enjoy it.
And he scores on the last play of the game. Touchdown! They talk about that ball becomes a nation forever.
Are you ready? Riley Peters.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Preston Rowe.
One of the best young coaches in college football.
It's the trash talk tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2 wide banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
All right, Preston. So overall for the whole weekend, how do you feel? Like just the games as a whole.
Thought there were some great games, obviously some blowouts, but I think they were games that we weren't expecting to be blowouts.
Yeah.
But two of them were great games though. The Cowboys and the Niners, and then the Jags and the Chiefs, and we got some great storylines out of it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
overall, I thought it was a great weekend.
Yeah, man. So if we look down the line, we had the big one that me and you differed on, which this week you took, and that being Kansas City over the Jaguars. And then me and you foolishly picked the Giants over the fucking Eagles. God damn if we weren't wrong.
That was bad, dude. That was fucking bad.
But then we came back pretty strong with the Bengals and the 49ers. Yeah, man. It was a good slate of games, man. I wasn't feeling well this weekend, and it was nice to just relax and watch some football and take my mind off of being sick. So that was cool. I mean, definitely some awesome watching. Even the blowouts, I mean, they were still entertaining.
I mean, if you're a Bengals or an Eagles fan, yeah.
I mean, I'm just a football fan. I mean, the Giants were definitely, they tried. The Bills tried too. And they got very close a lot of times and just did nothing, which is fucking hilarious. But, they were good games. It was good. I mean, they were all pretty good games. Definitely wasn't a national championship, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they were close, but they weren't all the way. All right, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
So let's hit the first game. It's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars, a.k.a. Sunshine and the Polka Dot Boys, versus the Kansas City Chiefs. That's
Riley, this is going to make
homies.
Riley, this is going to make you sad, but Sunshine finally got his first L on a Saturday of his football career.
Hey, man, it's got to happen sometime. At least it was this late in the season, am I right? Hallelujah.
I mean, I will say this for the Jags. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the very foreseeable future. I mean, they're not in a very good division. The AFC South is kind of dog shit right now. You still got the Tennessee Titans, but I see no reason why the Jaguars shouldn't win this division, for a very long time moving forward.
Over and over.
Yep.
Yeah, especially with Doug Peterson. The Doug Peterson Sunshine combo has been real fucking nice. And I think it's only getting dialed in.
I agree with that. And a big reason for that is that Doug Peterson, probably his biggest trait, the biggest thing he's got going for him is that he is not Urban Meyer.
I mean, 6,000%. That man ain't kicking kickers, that's for sure.
No, he is not.
But he is.
All right, Riley. So,
good.
What?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Okay, so the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-20 in a game that honestly didn't feel that close. Like, just that was my opinion of it. Like, dude, as you said, Patrick Mahomes, he got hurt. He had to leave the game for a little bit in the second half. And he came back in after halftime playing on a high ankle sprain, which if you've ever had a high ankle sprain before, that's incredibly fucking painful. Like I have mad respect for Patrick Mahomes for coming back in the game and trying to finish it and play to the best of his ability. Because that's not easy to do, dude. But you know, Chad, to me, this game I kind of knew this game was going to be a Chiefs victory when Chad Henne came in, backed up on his own 2-yard line. Chad Henne, the backup quarterback for Patrick Mahomes, came in, backed up on his own 2-yard line, led a 98-yard touchdown drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I was like, okay, well, if you can't stop Chad Henne when he's backed up in the end zone, then you're not going to be able to stop even a hobbled Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and so I was kind of like, okay, you know, the Jags, they're going to fight. They're going to scrap and claw like they've done all season long. They had to fight and scrap just to make the playoffs. But after that drive, dude, I was kind of like, okay, you know, the Chiefs have kind of got this. That was kind of my feeling. And then the other huge thing was just Mike Caldwell, the Jaguars defensive coordinator. Been really, really good all season, but the fact that you allowed Travis Kelce to beat you over and over and over again. Travis Kelce had 14 catches. Travis Kelce had 14 catches on the day. And this is just insane to me. For 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. He didn't have 100, but he was 2 yards shy of 100.
Amen.
And, dude, especially when you've got the backup quarterback in, you know Travis Kelce's going to be his security blanket. You know, but as a defensive coordinator and as a defensive coach, you always have to take away their best weapon. Like, okay, if somebody else who we're not really concerned about beats us in one-on-one matchups, you tip your hat to them and say, okay, you know, they just outplayed us that day. But if you allow their best receiver, and you could maybe argue their best player, some people might argue that. If you allow Travis Kelce, who's by far the best tight end in football, to beat you with 14 catches, which was a playoff record, by the way, for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's unacceptable. If you are the Jaguars. If you are the Jaguars defense, and more specifically their defensive coordinator, that's unacceptable. So, and then also as the Jaguars, you know, they turned the ball over 2 times. The Chiefs didn't turn the ball over. And, you know, if you're going to go in to Arrowhead and win a road playoff game, you've got to force them to turn the ball over. And you can't turn the ball over. So that, to me, was kind of the story of the game. You know, Trevor Lawrence, he played well. You know, he had 24 of 39, 270 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Christian Kirk dropped just a bomb that he 100% should have caught. That was a beautiful throw by Trevor.
Yeah.
I mean,
an absolute fucking beauty.
I mean, Christian Kirk, he had 7 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. You know, Jamal Agnew, he probably he was close to breaking a few huge kick returns for touchdowns. He just got tackled a few times just right by the kicker, and that was kind of disappointing. He also had that huge fumble in the red zone that kind of just shut the door on any chance of a Jaguars comeback. You know, it just wasn't their day, dude. And I kind of, again, you know, you let Travis Kelce just kill you over and over and over again, and you let the backup quarterback drive 98 yards on you for a touchdown. To me, that's kind of the story of the game. And yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that hobbled Mahomes still got to come back in and sauce on him. They couldn't stop the backup or the hurt starter.
No. And like Mahomes, I mean, I get it. He's a great quarterback. You could argue he's the best quarterback in football. I would disagree with you on that, but
you could argue he's the best quarterback in football right now. I swear to God, you could.
Yeah. I mean, most people would probably say that, but you know, a big thing for Mahomes is his ability to create plays with his legs and keep his eyes downfield and move guys and manipulate guys open with his eyes and with his legs. And on a high ankle sprain, you can't do that. He's basically a statue at that point. He can't move the way he typically does. So once he comes back in the game, you got to heat his ass up. You got to just come after him. The Jaguars didn't do that. It wasn't meant to be for Jacksonville or for Sunshine. And I'm sorry, Riley, but, you know, just one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those days for him. But, yeah, you know, I guess it just is what it is. You're going to lose. You're going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose for the first time.
And again, just how you let Travis Kelce, this is a bruh, just how you let Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football, like, you know he's going to be the security blanket for both Mahomes and especially Chad Henne, the backup quarterback. How you let him consistently beat you. Like, dude, I was just screaming at my TV. Like, at some point, you have to bracket him. You have to have an underneath defender, and you have to have an over-the-top defender. And if somebody else beats you on the outside, if fucking Juju Smith-Schuster beats you one-on-one, God bless him. But you cannot let Travis Kelce continually beat you with one-on-one coverage, just single coverage over the middle. It was embarrassing. I was like, at a certain point, man, you've got to change something up. Like, you've got to bracket him. Just that was a huge, huge coaching blunder, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, man, like as a defensive coach, you've got to take away their best receiver, especially when the quarterback is hobbled and the backup quarterback is in. Oh God, cannot say enough about how just incredibly stupid that game plan was by the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Just, you let Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football, beat you, you've got no chance, to me. And that was just a huge bruh moment. And that's just, sorry, Riley.
Nah, man. Listen, I was cheering for the Jaguars, and it was pissing me the fuck off. I was getting heated, man. I mean, I was like, Travis Kelce again? I mean, dude. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. You were like, can we do something? Can we get pressure? Can we up the pressure? And then can we bracket Travis Kelce? I mean, something. Let's triple team him. Fuck, I don't give a shit.
I mean, you at least got to bracket him. Riley, do you know what I mean by bracket?
Yeah, you also explained it. You did a good job explaining it.
Okay, good. You know, you've got an underneath defender kind of sitting underneath, just kind of trying to take away anything. He's also going to try to funnel him to that over-the-top defender just for the quarterback to not have a clean window to throw to. Like, you want to try to congest his route and try to force him and funnel him to that over-the-top defender. But they didn't do it, dude. They did not do it at all, and it was piss poor. It was piss poor coaching by the Jaguars defensive staff. It was bad.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Another thing that was hard to watch for me is just Patrick Mahomes. How long they let Mahomes just not even able to fucking walk. Just stay out on the field without even letting my boy get taped up. Like, like they let him stay out there for way too goddamn long. That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, he was also throwing a tantrum on the sideline.
Yeah, dude.
Which I get. He wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to play, but like, that's your fucking money, boys. What are you doing right now? That's your fucking money. You are playing with your money. I don't know, man. It was painful. It was hard to watch. Him just fucking hobbling around. I mean, I'm glad he made it through and it was cool and nothing, but like he could have really like snapped his fucking shit in half.
Dude, like if you watch the play, he could have broken his ankle.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like the Arden Key's entire weight just crashed and collapsed right on that ankle.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
And Patrick, he bent it, like his knee bent the wrong way. It looked very, very bad.
It looked horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, broken ankle. But nah.
Were you saying that you were rooting for him to get injured, Riley?
No, I was just doing like a WWE commentator when it happened. I was like, oh my God, broken ankle. Oh my God, broken ankle. I was just freaking
kind of fucked up.
No, like,
it's kind of fucked up.
it was fucked up, man. It was fucked up to watch.
It was. Oh.
Yeah. So, bye-bye, sunshine. Go rest, my sweet prince. Go, I don't know, go recover in Cabo or some shit like that, wherever you...
Nah, dude, he's going to go to Waffle House. He's going to go to Waffle House.
Yeah, he's going to go cry in his steak and eggs. I feel bad. All right, man. Well, the next game, the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This one was another fucking fuck us moment. The TTT got this one TT wrong. Jesus Christ. We were like, it's going to be a good game. Nah, dude. The Eagles, like, all the shit that we said, like, their offensive line, how they would play, how Jalen Hurts would look coming off his shoulder injury, and, like, the bye week stuff. I mean, we were just fucking wrong.
Yep.
They looked phenomenal. And this is one where I will whip out the old-fashioned bub, baby. That's right. It's Big Riley's Big Ugly Bastard of the Week. And this week, it's someone very special to my heart. It's a man that made a Christmas album that made me so happy. And, of course, that man is none other than Jason motherfucking Kelsey. And so I'm just going to show some plays here, man.
Do you have it?
Oh, I've got plays, dude.
Okay.
I've got multiple plays.
All right.
So, he just... All right. This first one right here. So, this play... Watch... he's against Dexter Lawrence here.
Hey.
Last week, we gave Dexter Lawrence the Bub Award. I mean, he is an amazing player. And just watch how he just pushes him. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is a mountain of a fucking man. And I mean,
he's 6'5", 340.
They push him to the 4 or 5 yard line. And just touchdown off of that. This one's kind of quick. They don't really give us a great angle of it, but man, they just manhandle him. I mean, here they are right here, and they're just washing him down.
Oh.
They get him all the way off screen. That's an amazing fucking block. So then, this is the big one. This is the one that everybody's been talking about. Once again, Jason Kelce. We got him lined up here, center. Watch what he does right here. He just, that's one hand. That's one hand just to the ground. He looked like he Darth choked him, man. And just pancake. I mean, we're going to watch.
Dude, that's pancakes for days.
That's pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're going to watch this one again.
You have the other angle, like when it actually shows him doing one-handed.
I mean, that right there, you can see his other fucking hand here. Like, he is one fucking handed, that motherfucker.
He stiff-armed that motherfucker. That's what he
really
did.
I've got some other ones there. I want to show some other ones.
Oh.
All right, so this one. This is another one. Look at that hit. Look at that footwork. Look at that footwork to the outside. That's the center off the snap. Watch him off the snap here.
I will say this. It's rare that you see a center pull like that.
Yeah.
Typically, you pull your guards. You'll sometimes pull a tackle, and you'll if you have an H-back in the formation, the H-back will pull as well. But it's very rare that a center pulls like that. That just shows you how good Jason Kelce is.
And he gets out there. He touches the man. I mean, that's... With a big guy like that, that's really what you're asking for there. You're just asking for him to get out there and touch somebody. All right, so then we got this one. We're first and goal here. And just look at that fucking drive, man. And they just go, the running back, Boston Scott, just goes right behind them. And just gets to walk the fuck in. But, like, watch the big steps here from fucking Kelce. Look at these fucking steps. And then he goes right behind him. I mean,
dude, that is the definition of just keep your feet driving.
Just
and don't stop your feet. Just don't stop your feet.
So got another one here. Look at him fucking, once again, that's Dexter Lawrence, dude. That's Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence gets off that block to make a little bit of a play there. But let's not ignore that it's fucking 4 yards downfield before he's off that block. Yep.
Oh. And he misses the tackle.
He does. I mean, that's just the goddamn stuff. This is another one here. So we're going to go back-to-back plays. Where they just, I mean,
look how he stands him up. He can't go anywhere. Like, he doesn't drive him back. But even if you just stand up a nose guard like that, he can't do his job.
Yeah, if you I mean, they sink that entire front and just leave them right here. I mean, if we stop it right here, look. 5 Giants players are all stuck right here. And there's a lane. Boom, right off of them. And it's just a little bit of weaving. And it's a first down. Pretty easy. And I got one last one. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, go back. 3rd and 9, dude.
Bam, that one's a touchdown too. So yeah, I mean that's just absolute bub shit.
That's just demolition right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Eagles, they looked absolutely fantastic. Man, it's gonna be a hard team to beat going forwards. That offensive line, even with the injuries, it looked like they had been playing together since they were 7.
Yep.
I mean, it looked like they had made a Christmas album together. But Jason Kelsey coming in, knowing that his offensive line has had some injuries. They're having some rotational just shit happen because of those injuries. Like, people were in places they're not usually, and through all that, he holds it down, gives a dominant performance from that center position, and allows those Eagles to fly. And that's, I mean, there's nothing more that you can ask from a veteran leader like Jason Kelsey than that kind of performance in this kind of a game.
Riley, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
How excited are you to watch the Eagles O-line against the Niners D-line?
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. I mean, I think the Niners defense is going to be far more complex than what the Giants threw at them. But it's going to be a good battle. Because that Eagles O-line, they look good, man. They look good. It's gonna complicate some decision making when it comes time to pick them.
True. That is very true. All right,
man. So the next game we have is the Bengals versus the Bills. And I mean, I know this game features one of your favorite people,
Joey Burr.
AKA
I love Joe
Snoe. Burrrrr-ow. Yeah, man.
Dude, this is just sad because this was classic Buffalo weather. Like a fucking snowstorm. It was coming down hard, dude, by the time the game kicked off. And the Bengals just go in there and they just fucking took whatever they wanted, dude. I mean, the first drive, they drive right down the field and score a touchdown to Jamar Chase. And then, like, after that, dude, it just seemed like the Bengals had all the momentum and the Bills just could never get it back. The Bengals, they win 27-10, and they go on the road in a very tough place to play in a fucking snowstorm in Buffalo. And like I said, dude, they basically just took whatever they wanted. You know, Joe Mixon had over 100 yards rushing, I think 105. I mean, Jamar Chase was incredible, you know, 5 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Joe Burrow, 23. Dude, at one point, he was 9 of 9 for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns at one point in the game.
Hey, Preston,
but
I got a video for you. I got a video for you. You ready for this?
What? Sure. I got you.
Wait for it.
You like, yeah, there you go.
I got you.
Okay. Oh.
I mean, you're telling me when a man is warming up like that.
Oh my God.
That right there, that's Snoe Burrow, baby.
Oh. I mean, I love him because he's confident, but at the same time, he's humble, but like he walks that fine line, dude. And he backs up whenever he shit talks, dude, he backs it up. Like, how can you not love Joe Burrow? I love Joe Burrow. He's awesome. But as I was saying, he was 23 of 36, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, T. Higgins, you know, he had 3 catches for 28 yards. He didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, but he was I don't know if I want to make that joke. Riley, do you want to make that joke?
He was killer?
Yeah. But he was responsible for 2 Buffalo Bills hitting each other and knocking each other out.
That's a pretty big game to me.
Yeah.
We'll go. We'll go
Dude, the Bills
to the fucking footage too.
You know you're going to get man-to-man down there. You're going to see some crossers inside.
I am here to get revenge from my brother.
Here's the pass.
For Bills Nation. For Buffalo. For DeMar.
Oh, and the flag's out. The flag's out. The flag's out. The flag's out.
Bruh.
Yeah. Riley, do you have anything to add about this game? Because this was supposed to be your game. I'm sorry.
This is still going to be my game. For all those wonderful, marvelous stats that Dr. Preston gave you guys, let's not forget the thing that really makes that fucking happen. And what is that? Well, it's my other Big Riley's Big Ugly Bastard of the Week. And that is the Cincinnati Bengals cobbled together offensive line. And I said it's not exactly cobbled together, but it's pretty cobbled together. They had 3 key injuries.
They had 3 starters out.
Yeah, and so I mean, you know, it's not the most ideal offensive line for them. I would wager to say. But with that even being the case, I mean, they only allowed 1 sack. Like Preston said, Joe Mixon comes in 20 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown. But like, let's just watch some of this film, man. This is an early play. I mean, just an absolute fucking tunnel for a first down. Let's break this down here, man. I mean, it's the play call here, like the offensive play call versus the defensive play call was just way in the Bengals' favor here. I mean, look at all these bozos are right here, dude. This whole fucking, look at all that space.
Yep. They're not balanced. How many times do I say that? Like, defensively, you have to be balanced pre-snap.
And, I mean, I could go build Frosty the Snowman there and let him dance around in the fancy hat. And they're going to take advantage of that space with this block. I mean, they just dominate the up front. Everybody gets a man and everybody handles them. And the running backs just got to get a lane and get up there. I mean, that's a fucking tight end all the way down there. But I think we're gonna go this. So this is the second Bengals touchdown drive. And I've got 4 plays from it where they really just show their stuff. So this is the first one. This is a 2nd and 5 here. Look at that fucking pool, baby. We're going to watch this one again. But, man, man, is that a nice pool.
All right. Run it back, Riley.
Oh, we're going to. Here we are.
So you've got Jamar Chase going in motion. That's going to draw everyone's eyes because he's going into the boundary. Like, all of a sudden, it's going to be FIB, which means formation into the boundary, which that means as a defense, you've got to be on high alert because typically the strength of the formation is to the field. But typically what that means is you want everyone's eyes into the boundary, and then you're going to run it, and then the play is going to go back into the field. Does that make sense, Riley?
Oh, yeah. And that's pretty much what you see here.
Mm-hmm.
So we get him motion over.
Dude, look at this fucking kick out block. Look at that pull and how he kicks out.
I mean, that's the left tackle too, man. Or the right tackle. That's the opposite side tackle pushing all the way down. And I mean, that's just a fucking bulldozer meeting a fucking mound of dirt. And that's a big run. I mean, that's a fucking cut.
That's a great play call and a great play design too. That can't be overstated.
Nah, definitely not. I mean, execution on 1,000% here with just a great play call for the situation. So then we're going to go to the next play here. We'll let this run through. Okay. So we're going to get another good little push here.
Uh-oh.
We got this pool coming in. I mean, it's just a dirty 4 yards. But every bit of it fucking helps. I mean, watch the push the O-line gets on the D-line. Also, pretty deep fucking splits here. Just want to talk about that. That's a little sketch right there. But they back it up, man. I mean, they're all in contact 4 yards down the field. That's just dirty fucking push 'em football. So
I mean, dude, in a game like this, when it's snowy and the conditions aren't ideal, you've got to be able to get a great push up front and be able to run the football. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah. So you can get this play, you get T. Higgins in motion out to the field here. And then look at this pass blocking. Like, look how Joe Burrow absolutely sauced. And there's just obvious reasons why. I mean, I'm so mad that Joe Burrow didn't go get a shovel and clean up the field a little bit. How fucking nice this fucking pocket. He didn't even clean up for the, oh my God. I mean, they made an absolute fortification for him. One of those defensive linemen don't even, their cold air breath doesn't even get in the fucking emotional range of Joe Burrow. Stifling pass blocking here, man. Let's watch it again. I mean, then get to T. Higgins, let him get the fucking first down. And then this is the last play that I want to show.
Is this the touch? Yeah, this is the touchdown. Ooh. Riley, talk about the offensive line first, and then we'll talk about the play.
Absolutely. So this is just another great example of the pass blocking prowess here. But the communication pre-snap, because they get this little outside blitz here, and they get the proper communication. 83 here gives a little chip in, and they are able to corral the stunt. So, I mean, they have pretty much all of the defensive pressure just in this little fucking circle right here. And they're all just held up. And Joe Burrow just gets to watch and launch. So for the watch and launch, I'm going to throw that to you here.
All right, so first of all, this is just a great play. This is just a great play design. So first of all, I want you to notice, Riley, do you see the receiver splits? Do you notice what they are?
Offset.
Well, no, yes, they are offset, but they're condensed. And what I mean by that is typically a typical formation will have, a receiver, especially to the field, they'll have two receivers split out wide.
Yep.
But they're in a condensed formation. Same thing into the boundary up top here. They're in a condensed formation. So the reason you have condensed splits like this is because you want the defenders to be confused. That's essentially what it is. You want them to have miscommunication about, okay, if number 2, that's what we call the guy closest to the offensive line, the core as we call it. So to the field, that would be him right there. I'm pretty sure that's Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
So that's Tyler Boyd right there. So if number 2 goes out and number 1, that would be T. Higgins to the field. If he cuts in, we're going to have to switch. Or you might have a rub route or a pick play. Like that's the whole point of condensed splits, is to just get the defense confused just for a split second to have an open receiver. Does that make sense, Riley?
Oh, yeah.
So now I want you to see who's up top here into the boundary. That is Jamar Chase. That you can make an argument he's the best receiver in football right now. Yeah, I would certainly maybe make that argument. It's either him or Justin Jefferson. But you've got a tight end. Whenever you've got Jamar Chase and the tight end Hayden Hurst, you're probably going to focus more on Jamar Chase, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's up there in the boundary. Now run it, Riley. Stop. So dude, look at this. So watch, he's just gonna run a little screen. He's just gonna come back to Joe Burrow. Look at all of the defenders who have eyes on Jamar Chase. But look, now watch Hayden Hurst. He's just gonna run a little wheel route. Like they're not paying attention to him. Looks like he might be blocking, but he just runs right behind them for the easy wheel route touchdown. So the condensed splits. Yeah, so the condensed splits, pre-snap, the formation, everyone's eyes on Jamar Chase because he's into the boundary. So they might throw a 50-50 ball to him. It just leaves a wide open wheel route for Hayden Hurst. And that's just that's a tremendous play and a tremendous play design to allow them to go up 14-0.
Yeah. I mean, that's just some beautiful work. The whole drive is beautiful. It really is. And I've got a few more a little bit later in the game. So we're going to watch them here just once again.
God, Joe Mixon's so good. He's so good.
I mean, he's on a linebacker. They're fucking 4 yards past the line of scrimmage. It's just...
Riley, how erect are you right now?
Oh, I'm about fucking 75 degrees from sunny, that's for sure. Got this play right here. We're going to watch this one real fast.
Jamar Chase is in the backfield. You orbit motion him out. Dude, I'm telling you, it gets eyes on him. It allows them to just open. Like, they're going to follow him. Look at the defense. Watch. You see how they've got eyes on him, bro. And
that dude's just steady watching.
Like, and it just allows them to get out of position just for a split second, and then you've got Joe Mixon running right down your throat.
Yep, you got a little inside zone split, just a little fucking tight end's gonna come across, get a little hit right there, bang, and the boys are fucking 4 yards, 5 yards downfield with the whole defense before the fucking running backs even touched. They're just hog mollying. I mean, fucking look at that, dude. They've got a reestablished line at the fucking first down marker.
Yeah, they reset the line of scrimmage. That's what that's called.
All right. And
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's just a piece of fucking art. And I got one more.
One more, okay.
I mean, that's just...
You know what's crazy, Riley?
What?
Their backups, honestly, looked a little better than their starters. Like, they played out of their minds this game.
Yeah, they did. In a snowy game, in tough, like, away circumstances, this offensive line played freaking amazing.
They did.
And it's all of them. Joe Mixon was happy. He had a day. I mean, I couldn't imagine someone being upset with that offensive line.
No.
I couldn't imagine a quarterback coming in and being like, "Oh, my offensive line can't block for me." after them motherfuckers just led the way. Mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, man. Well, the last game, of course, we have
Your favorite game.
the Dallas Cowgirls versus the San Francisco 49ers. What's the hashtag copious notes on this one, Dr. Preston?
So the Dallas Cowgirls went into the Bay Area and they lost 19-12 to the San Francisco 49ers. Dak Prescott, after maybe having the game of his life last week at Tampa, like honestly, that was probably his best game of his career last week at Tampa. He came back and he stunk the bitch up. Not gonna lie.
He fucking...
He was 23 of 37 for barely over 200 yards. He had 206 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And Zeke didn't do anything. He had 10 carries for 26 yards, 0 touchdowns. Dak had 4 carries for 22 yards. Tony Pollard had 6 carries for 22 yards. And then he also got hurt. He got they're saying he did get air casted. He had to get carted off. You know, you just hate to see it. CD Lamb, he had a really good game. 10 catches, 117 yards, but he didn't have a touchdown. Dalton Schultz had a touchdown on 5 catches for 27 yards. But then on the flip side, dude, Brock Purdy probably had the worst game of his young NFL career. 19 of 29, 214 yards, 0 touchdowns, but he also didn't turn the ball over. He had 0 interceptions as well. I mean, they ran the ball, dude. They ran the ball really well. Elijah Mitchell had 14 carries, 51 yards. Christian McCaffrey had 10 carries, for 35 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel had another 4 carries for 11 yards. George Kittle, 5 catches, 95 yards. Deebo Samuel had 4 catches for 45. You know, it just the Cowboys, man, I think to me the story of this game was just the turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. It's kind of like we said with Jacksonville. You can't go on the road in a huge playoff game like this and turn the ball over like they did. Dak Prescott did not play well. You know, he makes over $40 million a year. If you're making that kind of money, you've got to play better. In these big games, you've got to play better. So that was kind of the story for me. And then, as if it couldn't get any worse for the Cowboys, Riley, do you remember last year's playoff loss? The Cowboys lost at home to the 49ers. They had a home playoff game. They lost to the 49ers. But they literally ran out of time. Like, they tried to spike the ball with 1 second and then 0 seconds left to try to get one more playoff to win the game. They couldn't get the snap off. They lost the game on that play. Very embarrassing. It was bizarre. It was a very bizarre play call. You would think that couldn't get any worse, right, Riley?
You would think, man.
You would think. But Dallas Cowboys, they're down by a touchdown, 19-12. This was their last play of the game. Full screen it. This was the last play of the game. 6 seconds left. They're on their own, They're on their own 24-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Riley, do you know who's snapping the ball to Dak Prescott?
That is one Feed Me Zeke.
That is Ezekiel fucking Elliott, a tailback, a running back.
I guess now you call him a center back.
I mean, dude, I don't know what the fuck this was. But so, you know, you're trying to confuse the 49ers, but they're playing prevent. They're not worried about the Cowgirls because it's the Cowgirls, dude. They do cowgirl things.
Like this play.
Yeah, like this play, man. I mean, Watch this. Oh my! Watch Zeke just get run the fuck over. Like, first, dude, there's so much wrong with this play, and this is 100% a bruh. Watch this, dude. It's Riley. It's almost like you need to have big men blocking up front for you.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, this is the result. Watch this. Watch him just get his ass ran the fuck over. And then, dude, like, I don't even know what this was, dude. My best guess, run it back again.
My best guess is a little bit of schoolyard bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that like, if you're gonna do that, typically this is a hook and ladder. But look, man, like, where's the ladder? Like, watch this. Like, dude, who's even in the vicinity to try to, like, the only logical explanation is that it was supposed to be Zeke.
Honestly, I think it's supposed to be this guy right here. Look,
but dude, like, he's just standing there.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think he was supposed to catch it and then chuck it to this dude, and then he would have had a convoy.
Maybe.
This is the only thing, and I just saw this.
Yeah.
This is the only thing. That's the only thing I see. But look at the way that this dude plays. Like, see? You see how he's like hopping over there? If I had to put my money on something, I bet you that's what the fuck it was.
But look, dude, like, okay.
It's still a terrible play.
No, it's a horrible play because it was just executed horribly. And look, I'm going to point this out. Okay, so, if you're Dak Prescott, you've got to throw a perfect ball so he has a chance to catch it and then make something happen, whether it's throw it back, whether it's do the hook and ladder, whatever. But if you're Dak Prescott, you cannot throw this ball high. Do you know why, Riley?
Because it takes too much time.
No, because the receiver's going to leave his feet. Look, he's going to jump and leave his feet, which leaves him just completely vulnerable to just get fucking cracked and just wrecked before he can even do anything with the football. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Look, like, if you're going to throw that ball, it's got to be right on the numbers. You cannot throw that ball and have the receiver have to jump and leave his feet. That's just horrible. That is awful.
Well, the Cowboys are going to cowboy, except for Mike Parsons, who did do this.
Oh, my God.
Move.
More on him.
Watch this. Watch what Parsons.
Bam. Dude.
You ragdolled him,
said,
dude.
Why are you on me? Why are you?
Dude, that's Mike McGlinchey. That's one of the best offensive linemen in the game.
Yeah, an elite like run blocking, pass blocking right tackle.
Yes. And I mean, he just, dude. Oh. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But
speaking of Micah Parsons, Riley, do you want this or should I take it?
You can take this one.
Oh my God. This is going to be an extension of our bruh. The Cowboys are just going to get bruhed the fuck up today. Micah Parsons.
They're the Cow Bros.
The Cow Bros. That is 100% correct. Oh. Micah Parsons, before this game, yesterday, he was talking shit. He said, we want the 49ers because they beat us in the playoffs last year. We want to get revenge. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. If you're going to talk shit, though, you got to back it up. Micah Parsons, this is who I wanted. I wanted the 49ers. That's what he said. After the game, after the Cowboys lost to the 49ers for the second year in a row, Deebo Samuel responded on Instagram saying, "Don't poke the bear." Like, don't poke the bear, and that's accurate.
I mean, pretty fair.
Yeah. And Micah Parsons Micah Parsons after the game, because Debo, he had 4 catches for 45 yards. He had another 11 yards rushing, and he didn't score a touchdown. But Micah Parsons went on after the game to say, you didn't do enough to celebrate. Like what he said, quote, LOL, what did you do today, fam? LOL. But congrats on the win, but don't put me in this weak-ass slide. That's what Micah Parsons said. Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. You lost. And you were talking all this shit before the game. You still lost. Like, and guess what? Deebo Samuel is a huge reason why you lost.
Yeah.
Because even though he didn't have the stats maybe that you would expect, like we saw with Jamar Chase in the video breakdowns earlier, if you've got a guy like that, you're always going to be focused on him. It allowed George Kittle to get 5 catches for 95 yards. It opens up the entire defense because you are focusing on number 19. Like, so yes, he might not have had the stats because the Cowboys were keyed in on him, but it opened up everything else for the 49ers and that entire offense. So yeah, Deebo Samuel can 100% celebrate because they just beat the Cowboys at home. And that's just, yeah. Fuck. I mean, dude, Micah Parsons, he's young. He'll probably learn from this. He's a great player. He was definitely in conversation for the Defensive Player of the Year this year. I don't think he's going to win it, but he's a great player. They have something special with him, but it just seems like such a Cowboy thing to just run your mouth after you lose.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's just, oh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
it's
just
such a bruh. That's what it is. Man.
Yeah.
And their kicker, his first fucking extra point got blocked. Super geeked.
Yeah, but honestly, man, he's lucky it got blocked. Like you said it before I did. Because it was going to go wide left.
He was going to miss it, but it's just fucking funny.
It's hilarious, dude. But, dude, you know what? He does it to himself because he doesn't watch the TTT.
It's absolutely true. We can cure the shanks. Just check in.
We do cure the shanks.
You just got to watch us. That's all you need to do.
I actually tweeted that Riley Patterson watches the TTT on Saturday.
Hell yeah. And that's why he makes his fucking kicks.
Exactly. Oh, dude, the fucking Cowboys, dude, it's always something with them.
Yeah.
It's always something. And you know what? That's why I hate them. Like, I do not like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're going home.
They can go back on a fucking plane ride to Dallas with Jerry Jones's chameleon eyes.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, let's just look ahead. You know, I'm just gonna lay out the game. So now we're gonna have Kansas City versus the Bengals at KC, and then we have the Eagles versus the 49ers in Philadelphia. So those are gonna be good games. We'll lay down some of the ideas for those in an episode coming forward. But for now, we hope you enjoyed this divisional round breakdown. This absolute Snoe Burrrrr-ow filled love fest. And I hope you come back. We're getting closer to the Spooper Bowl. I hope you guys are prepared. But I'm Riley Puddin Peters. With me as always, like I said, Dr. Preston Rowe. This is the Trash Talk Tailgate, and we're out of here. Peace.